it's hot out here and my face is swollen. I'm sweaty. I got a 4-inch shop fan running in the background, so I apologize for the noise. But I'm putting together a 10 by 20 Cosiest, Cosiest, Cosiest 10 by 20 carport we got from Walmart, I believe. I think it was initially on like $3.79. We ended up getting it for like $2.59. So it was a deal. And every time they try to tell you there's a deal, you got to get one. Now, it only came in 2 colors. It came in black and it came in urine sample yellow. And we already had a urine sample yellow 10 by 17 from Harbor Freight. So we're like, we're going to match it up. Now, we had the 10 by 17 from Harbor Freight for 2 years. And after the heat here in Texas, it kind of just dry rotted. It got to the point where every time it would rain, it would just start busting holes in the top because it got hot. And then it got to the point where you just take your finger and just punch holes in it. It dry rots, shit like that. It's like a tarp. So we're going to wrap that in purlins and metal and level that off, put gravel in it, and make it a little building for side-by-side riding lawnmower, all the yard shit. But it's 10 by 20 for my wife's Infinity. So, once again, 2 colors, black. You don't want black in Texas. Shit's too much, especially south deep East Texas. So we got urine sample yellow. Looks like that one over there. Urine sample yellow. They made it pretty easy. It comes in parts from 1 to 8 metal pieces, and then everything else as far as fasteners and little plastic pieces come in A, B, C, D, alphabetical shit. So I started filming this earlier. My phone died, so I was trying to edit it and try to do everything, but it died. So here's the deal. 1s and 2s go first. 1s and 2s. 1s and 2s are basically the ribs of the operation. And there's 5 1s, 10 2s. This is a 1. This is a 2. This is a 2. Okay. So the ones in the middle, they're straight pipe. The reason I'm doing this is because with the Harbor Freight one, the instructions either I totally misread or they just weren't that easy to understand. But either way, I fucked it up. I had to get almost all the way through it and take shit apart to do it again. So I got on YouTube. God, man, it's sweaty out here. Found some guys with some good videos, and they made my life a lot easier. So I haven't found anything on the Cosiest, so I'm going to try to give it to you guys now. 1 2s go first. 1s, 2s, all the way down. So then there's actually 6 and 7s went next. Went 7 7 7 6. So we got those together with these little flanges here, and they only go on together one way. The 1s and 2s go on top of the 6 and 7s. All the screws are pretty much self-explanatory. I was trying to get this thing together within 1 hour. I was trying to do this thing. It took me about 10 minutes to get the 1s and 2s together. Not a big deal. I was trying to line up all the screw holes to make sure that everything was squared up. Turns out the screw holes aren't lined up. So you might have to end up loosening and twisting those. 6 and 7s are up. So now I basically have looking like a rib cage from a dinosaur museum. Yeah. So now it gets a little tricky because they don't tell you what goes next. They just show the poles and they show the fasteners. But on the next page, they show 3 5s. So the 3s and 5s I'm going to try to put on next and see how it goes. We'll get right back at you. All right, y'all. I thought I had this thing together in like an hour. I'm 45 minutes in, not even close to being done. The first part was the 1 and 2s went together pretty obviously. Told you guys about the screws going down. Everything curves like this. So the screws go through, your wing nuts and bolts go through the bottom. Just so when you put your tarp over top, you don't have nasty bolts and wing nuts sitting out like a sharp object putting holes in your shit. So the 6 and 7s and 3s and 5s were a little more difficult. So another 6, 7, 7, 7 at the top. 7, 7, 7, 6, 7, 7, 6. So here, we have a 3 coming down, right? These all lock together. Everything goes inside your main frame. So at the top, your top bar goes over the 6 and 7s, and then once again, your top bar, your 2s and your 3s go outside of your 6 and 7s. So by yourself, if I had a good wife, she'd be out there helping me, but she works just like I do, and she's She says she's hot, y'all. It's hot. It is hot. So with another person, this might have been a little easier, but so you have to get these little shits right here. You have to put these two joints together, your 2s and 3s, and then your 6s and 7s and your 7s and 7s go to the same boat hole. You have to get those things, line them up. Yeah, it took me close to half an hour. So I'm 48 minutes in. I was gonna get this done in an hour. I got 12 minutes to go. Let's see what it do. All right, kind of last step and phase here is to put the risers and the heights on these, which there's, I don't know, shit. I don't know why we got these little parts left, but yeah, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's an odd number. 6, that's odd. And 8, that's 11. 12, 13, 14, 15. Ooh, we gonna figure out we missing something, y'all. Hold on a minute. Let me sit on my ass for a second. So we were 48 minutes in, actually. And then the next step was to put this canopy on here. And the best part about this is it only took about 12 minutes to stretch it out and get it lined up for the next step. And I got shade now, y'all. So the fourth and close to final step is the best part of this whole deal if you're in the sun. Gotta tell y'all something. I had to stop making me a little drink and doodle doo because I thought I was gonna die for a second, man. It's 96 degrees out here. Heat index 100. No, it's 104 with the heat index, but it feels like it's 114, and you couldn't tell the difference. Another positive. I might have just lost 4 pounds, but this thing's been pretty simple so far. Cosiest 10 by 20, almost done. We're gonna be done here shortly. Okay, everything to this point's been pretty cut and dry. We are inside of a carport. We got shade, y'all. Sun's going down. It's cooled off. About 2 drinks in, so we're figuring it out a little slower than we should be. But the instructions are pretty cut and dry. We started the 1s and 2s. The Harbor Freight 10 by 17 was a little easier to install because all the joints were welded, and they had like looked like 4 prongs that you stick pipes into, and the bolts went into. This one has these guys, these little plastic joints here, whereas the Harbor Freight one would have a 4-way pipe that you connect pipes into, and it made it a lot easier. This was a little more difficult, but still not, on a scale from 1 to 10, it's like a 5, so it's not bad, but it was just hot, and I worked all day in the heat. So now we're to the last part. This is the most important part because we got the canopy stretched over. It's not stretched, it's just laying over. We got the legs set up with the feet on. So these were the last ones, the 5s with the feet. Okay, these are all on. Now we ran these through here. These are the number 8s through the sleeves. I've done this before. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start at one end. We're gonna connect these number 8s at the very end. We're gonna connect these number 8s right here with the hardware they provided. Now we're gonna connect them loosely because we want it to be even on both sides. So we're gonna go through and connect all the number 8s at one end, at both ends, and then we're gonna go through and connect the ones in the middle loosely, just like hand tighten them, just snug them up so they can still slide and move a little bit. Because what's gonna happen is we need to put tension on the skin. This is the skin right here. We need to put tension on it, and they give you 18 inches that kind of rolls over the ground. And we're gonna spray weed killer there because I don't want my weed eater hitting that. But eventually, this weekend, I'm gonna go get some 20-foot 3x8s. We call them whalers when we're building boathouses. They're actually 3 inches by 8 inches. Gonna lay them flat. We're gonna lift up one side, and we're gonna connect all these posts at 3x8 and level that 3x8. So I can weed eat inside. I can lay down landscaping fabric, put rock in here. But on the outside, you have this little flap that kind of lays down across the grass. You don't want your weed eater hitting that. So we're gonna just constantly spray weed killer. And so we don't. So I can mow right next to it. Don't have to worry about touching it because a weed eater will beat this stuff to piss, y'all. Um, what's up, easy boy? Oh. He watched me do this whole thing, so if we ever do another one, this dog should be able to put it together. That's that simple. It was just hot. I'm gonna go ahead and connect these number eights. I'm an hour and 30 minutes. I'm an hour and a half in, so I'm gonna say another 30 minutes. Call it a 2 hour setup by yourself. Not a big deal. Go ahead and get you one. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up and then show you the finished product, y'all. All right, world. We got all the number 8 bars in. The number 8 bars are these stretchers here. They run through, and you can see I've left all these connections loose. These little wingy nuts are just hand tight because what we have to do now is stretch this canopy. So we're gonna find a height, and I'm gonna come about. It looks like I need to come about 8-9 inches off the ground on one side, and I'm gonna level it off, and I'm gonna tighten all these wingy nuts. Just tighten them up so they don't slide. And I'm gonna stretch the piss out of this canopy. And I'm gonna jump on the number 8s over there, and I'm gonna stretch from this side all the way to the number 8s on the other side, all the way over here. What you seeing? This is pretty cut and dry. It wasn't as easy as the Harbor Freight one, but it's the same. It's the same stuff, man. I'm 2 hours and 20 minutes in right now, and without the vodka drinks that I mixed up, I think I'm 2.5 of those in. I could have probably cut 20 minutes off the time, but it's hot and I was trying to relax a little bit. But hey, it's getting done, man. Don't judge. Y'all, it's not complete, but I'm 2.5 hours in. So it took me, without the vodka, drinking doodle doos and taking breaks because of heat, probably could have got it in about 2 hours. With 2 people, probably an hour and a half or less. One person, it's not bad. It's just a little figuring and tiddling. But got one end panel on before I put the other end panel on tonight because the skaters are getting stupid, and stretch this thing out. I'm gonna go ahead and get those 3x8 whalers. A 3x8 whaler is actually a true 3-inch by 8-inch treated board that we use for building boathouses. That's basically your joist. We put 24 inches on the center. So I'm gonna lay those flat, stretch them out, fasten these legs down on either side. It's gonna keep this thing weighted down too, and then that way I can also level it out, put me some nice little landscaping fabric in here, and put stone in here for the old for the wife's old Infinity. She's crying about it being in the sun. So, and I got to move the dog pen. Got to move the dog pen. I got some shit to do before I finish this thing up because we're just running out of room. We thought it'd fit here nice and easy. And I got to move this trash bin right here, or trash bin to keep the coons out. But we are in here. It's not bad. 2.5 hours, one man, drinking, hot. Could have been worse, but we'll see. 300, 320, 350, I don't remember what we paid for it. It's less than $350. 10 by 20. If it lasts us 2 years, I'll be happy. And then we'll take this skin off. We'll put purlins on here, 1x4 purlins, and just wrap it in metal. The whole new structure. Peace, y'all.